going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron. We're part of that Two Grown Men 7879, that dynamic duo that you know in the building. I'm gonna jump right into it. No funny games, not going to keep it dragging on and all that stuff. This is Iron Man versus Batman, screw attack, death battle, whatever. One of my co-workers was like, yo, you gotta watch it. I want to see what you think about it. I've seen a lot of them before. I'm gonna say Batman gonna win. It's the whole thing. What, you know, if he can prepare, he's pretty much just unbeatable. I don't know, but we just gonna jump right into it, yo. See what's up.
Batman, DC's vengeful crusader of the night.
Iron Man, Marvel's genius billionaire playboy philanthropist.
These two mortal men have used their intellect and determination to take their place alongside gods.
And being filthy stinking rich sure doesn't hurt either.
That's a very good power to have, being stinking rich,
and
right?
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
That's right, he's back. In case you're one of the many psycho supervillains stalking the streets of Gotham City, I would make peace with whatever god you pray to, because they won't save you from the goddamn Batman.
But before he dressed like a giant rodent and employed little boys in booty shorts as meat shields, he was Bruce Wayne, scion of the multi-billion-dollar company Wayne Enterprises.
Until Mommy and Daddy got 360 no-scope, leaving Bruce with a void inside him that could only be filled by the never-ending quest for justice and vengeance.
That night, Bruce Wayne died and the Batman was born. He would devote his life to perfecting his body and mind to become more than human. He would transcend his own mortality into legend, a nightmare to haunt evildoers till the end of time.
Jesus Christ! I feel like Zoloft and therapy would work too, but okay, whatever works.
Batman's resume is absurd. He's mastered 127 martial arts, trained in stealth and assassination, and is a super genius with a photographic memory. He's the world's greatest detective, bar none.
Like how the League of Shadows needs to keep erasing Batman's memories because he keeps finding their secret bases. Or the time he found a dead body with no entry or exit wound and a 40-year-old bullet nearby, and somehow determined it must have been fired backwards in time.
Despite being a master marksman, escape artist, forensic scientist, mechanical engineer,
and ninja,
one of Batman's assets stands above them all.
His fat stacks! Bats has poured his billions into tactical armor and gadgets for every conceivable situation. If there's one word to describe Batman, it's prepared.
Made of reinforced Kevlar and
I don't know all of
his batsuit can resist knives and gunfire, and even protected him from this massive explosion. Judging by the size of the detonation, Batman's distance from the epicenter, and the surface area of his body, he must have withstood a blast of nearly 60 tons of TNT.
His cowl comes with night vision, infrared, and a radio, while his utility belt is chock full of smoke bombs, nerve toxins, a grappling hook, and batarangs, which he can control mid-air and set to explode.
It was these tools that allowed Batman to wage his one-man war on crime.
But once he got over his angsty loner phase, he helped found the Justice League of America in order to bring his personal brand of Bat Justice to the entire world.
And Batman's knack for schemes and preparations skyrocketed the match, turning him into the Bat God we all know and mean. Like the time he developed a backup personality that would ensure he functions as Batman in case of a psychological attack that drove him mad. A backup human operating system. Like a computer, but it's his brain.
He even has plans tailored to his teammates' weaknesses should they ever go rogue. He's developed contingencies for everything, which is why Bats comes prepared with extra suits for any occasion.
Like his Nightfall exosuit to battle Bane, or the Justice Buster, which he obviously designed to combat the Justice League. He even got a final Batsuit from his sixth-dimensional self that can rewrite your mind.
But my favorite is his stylish
suit,
which he wore after getting weird Magneto powers. They just made his suit look like this for some reason. There's also the Rainbow Batman suit, the Suit of Sorrows, and of course, the Bat Nipples. Chicks dig the Bat Nipples. All paid for with the Bat credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
But perhaps his greatest suit of armor, the one designed to put him on the same level of insane mind-bending power as his league teammates, is the Hellbat.
AKA the single coolest looking thing ever invented.
Forged
What
by
is
Superman
this?
in the
When did he
heart of
get
the
that?
sun, each member of the Justice League contributed to this monstrous mech's abilities.
And boy, does it show! The Hellbat is absolutely hardcore!
Made of nanokinetic mesh, it can shapeshift around Batman's body and operates via telepathic link.
It can fly, turn invisible, and fire a bat-shaped chest laser. And by diverting all the suit's power into his fists, he can use the Devastator, a punch powered by Wonder Woman's strength. And she's strong enough to yank the frickin' Earth around. Though it does have a 95% chance of giving old Bats a heart attack.
Which he has given himself to save all of Gotham City on at least one occasion. It's that level of insane drive that pushed him to use the Hellbat in his one-man invasion of Apocalypse in order to bring his son back to life.
You know, Apocalypse, home to the god of evil himself.
Okay,
Darkseid.
like, I didn't know Batman was
stared
this
down the
OP.
final boss
Like,
of
I
DC
had no
Comics
idea.
and actually kicked his ass.
This is incredible, considering Darkseid is a being strong enough to destroy entire universes and fast enough to fly to the edge of the universe in seconds. Since the DC universe is significantly larger than our own, that would be over 600 quintillion times the speed of light.
That same
Quintillion.
Darkseid avatar even took
How
a
do you even
Shoryuken
measure
from
that?
Alan Scott, who was amped up from the energy of the multiverse. And Bats cleaned his clock just as hard.
But this incalculable strength is drawn from Batman's own life force, specifically his metabolism. Should any fight with the Hellbat go on too long, Batman may succumb to its hunger before finishing the fight himself. Or absorb someone else's biomass for fuel. That works too.
So basically, you'd have to be completely batshit insane to pilot this thing. And Bats,
Right.
yeah, sorry to break it to you, but the grown man that wears his underwear on the outside isn't all there.
In keeping
Pretty
with
much.
being a perfectionist, though, he's completely aware of this. That's why he does not kill. Because if he did, he understands that he can't trust himself to know when to stop.
Batman has outsmarted the nigh-omniscient Metron, defeated his dark counterpart, the Batman Who Laughs, and humiliated Superman
Joker,
in a
Superman,
one-on-one fight.
Darkseid, and the
No,
Justice
wait, that
League.
one's not canon. That one he technically had help. Yeah, that one.
Although many of his greatest accomplishments have been aided by his exceptional prep work and foreknowledge, he's no stranger to being put on the spot, even in the face of Armageddon. Who else would kick the Spectre, the Angel of Wrath, God's divine judgment, in the face and then tell him to get the hell out of his city?
I'll tell you who. The goddamn motherfucking na Batman.
My parademons arrive soon.
Think I haven't planned for this?
And that's in Injustice. Like,
You would be forgiven for doubting the
I
destiny
didn't
of
know.
genius,
Unaware.
billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, Tony Stark.
Yeah, 'cause you can add massive prick to that list too.
Tony's parents died when he was still young, leaving the mind-bogglingly brilliant prodigy to inherit a multi-billion-dollar tech company.
With mommy and daddy's purse strings, Tony decided to live it up and down in booze and the ladies.
Which was problematic considering he made his fortune as a part of a military-industrial complex, selling devastating high-tech arms to the highest bidder.
And Tony got to see his handiwork firsthand when it literally blew up in his face.
Tony never had much of a heart to begin with, but after that, he literally had even less. Unlike so many men of weaker spirit, though, Tony refused to give up. He was made of tougher stuff. He was made of iron.
So he built himself a robot suit to bust the hell out of there. And when he got back to the good old US of A, he devoted his life to protecting the world from the kinds of weapons he helped make by making an even better robot suit and becoming a superhero.
I am Iron Man.
Building new suits of armor wasn't just a hobby for Tony, but an obsession. Over the course of his
It's
long
still just
career
amazing
as a
how he
founding
built
member
that
of the
first suit
Avengers,
in a
He has
cave.
constructed dozens of different models,
You know,
which
some
he can call to
MacGyver
him
stuff.
at once like a literal one-man army.
Most of his armors come with the same basic toolkit: super strength, massively hypersonic flight, and repulsor blast.
Repulsors are extremely dense beams of muons, unstable subatomic particles similar to electrons. They're actually really interesting. See, they're classified as leptons, which don't have any known substructures. Just sort of like...
It's a laser.
Just suck the fun out of it.
yeah,
His armors
exactly.
also come with onboard AI, like Friday, which can hack into enemy technology, command his other suits to fight remotely, and operate down to the picosecond. That's 1/trillionth of a second.
Even outdated armors are strong enough to blow up a chunk of rock as big as Manhattan. By taking a look at its speed, Tony's armor would have had to be hitting with an energy of nearly 300 teratons of TNT. That's 3 times stronger than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Years spent defending the Earth has conditioned Tony to be prepared for any threat imaginable, and he has an armor for almost any occasion.
He's got an armor to bust Hulks, an armor to bust Thors, an armor that can turn intangible, a super tiny armor that can mess with your insides, and an armor made of white sticky alien goo. Definitely not legal in all 50 states.
He got a symbiote
In order to
armor?
remain as flexible as possible, though, his standard go-to is the Model Prime. It has all the classic Iron Man staples and has even incorporated size changing for extra strength, an invisible stealth mode,
And a badass lightning samurai sword! Say what you want about the smug son of a bitch, but he's definitely got style. And crippling alcoholism. But look who's talking.
It was more than likely that same devil-may-care attitude that led to Tony revealing his secret identity to the world, which I guess had no consequences.
Look, Wiz, when you build a space laser strong enough to wipe out alien fleets in one shot, I don't think the Mandarin is going to interrupt your shawarma lunch date.
That space laser is a Dyson sphere, a speculative superstructure that is meant to encircle an entire star and harness its energy. Something only possible by a theoretical Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale.
It's basically when you're galaxy-brained enough to draw
What did he
power from
just
the
say?
entire solar system.
I know it's comics, but the fact that Tony just has one of these lying around is insane. Known as Soul's Hammer, Tony's incomplete sphere is strong enough to destroy a planet at only a 2% charge.
Didn't you work on one of those? I remember you talking about how it'd solve your student loan problems once and for all.
On behalf of the families of several planets that no longer exist, I'm not legally at liberty to discuss that.
Years of protecting the world from aliens, gods, and even his friends. All of that stuff wore Tony down and turned him into the one thing he promised himself he would never become. A narc.
Siding with the US government's enforcement of the Superhuman Registration Act led to a literal civil war between superheroes. It wouldn't be his last.
Though it did prove he could hang with the best of them. He's beaten Captain America in hand-to-hand combat, survived blows from Thor, and even took down the Worldbreaker Hulk.
He even matched Magneto.
What?
Magneto, the guy that controls metal, the thing that surrounds Tony's entire body, by amplifying his power with Jupiter's magnetic field.
And then Max punched him with the power of the sun, and it was like, no big deal. There really doesn't seem to be a limit to how insane Tony's tech gets. In the movies, this is the same guy that figured out time travel just sitting around one evening. In the time it takes me to down a beer, Tony's already shattered the laws of physics. Yeah, sure. Go to
That's
the
just
Middle Ages.
crazy, yo.
Late nights with
Come
Dr.
on,
Doom.
man.
Scamp.
Perhaps his greatest
Where's the
invention of all,
balance?
however, was the E-scape, an entire virtual universe where the only limit is his imagination.
And because Tony's nothing if not predictable, he made an armor out of it. That's right, he made an armor out of a universe.
This virtual armor is composed of solid holograms that can form any weapon Tony can think of. But even it likely cannot compare to the armor Tony created inside the E-scape, the Godbuster.
It's literally Iron Man going Super Saiyan. The Godbuster was so powerful it destroyed the entire E-scape in a single blast, along with the AI controlling all of it.
An earlier iteration of the Godbuster was able to stand up to Celestials, cosmic gods that can warp reality, like Galactus, Odin, and Franklin, who can threaten the multiverse with their power.
So it lives up to the friggin' name in case you were wondering. But it isn't that kind of power that makes Tony special. After a life spent wallowing in vice and pleasure, Tony rebuilt himself into a man he could be proud of. Someone who could sacrifice everything to save the world.
I suppose underneath it all, that man of iron had a heart of gold.
You want my property? You can't have it. But I did you a big favor. I have successfully privatized world peace.
I didn't realize how little I
Alright,
knew
the bets are
about
set, and we've run the data
Batman and
through all
Iron Man.
possibilities.
But first, if you want the same level of confidence as these two billionaires, check out Blue Chew.
All right, here we go. Now I don't know who's gonna win now. They both got God mode suits, like literally.
Hey, bats! Now, I can respect a man with a healthy sense of paranoia and billions to spare, but Steve and Nat are really up my ass about this. take the watchtower offline now. Bruce.
You don't want this fight, Tony. It'll be the biggest mistake of your life. Clark, do you read me? The watchtower is being attacked.
Seriously, Bats? I figured out hacking in the 2nd grade. How do you think I got in here? Aside from... Really, Bruce? This stick? I thought we were grown-ups here.
This dude, man.
Ready when you are.
Oh, he went right to that shit.
Friday, I need Soul's Hammer online pronto. Match my coordinates. I'll try to... Oh.
Wow. Yo, it's a Street Fighter car.
What did you expect? I am Batman.
Oh!
And I am Iron Man. I've got a suit for everything, Bats, including busting wannabe gods like you.
Dude, I was about to say, yo, that was early.
Bust this.
Dude, this is pretty dope.
Had to divert some power to hacking that suit. Like I said, 2nd grade. Friday, fire the hammer!
Oh, they both dead then.
Holy shit. No more armors, Tony.
Oh, it's a
Just
wrap for
you,
Iron Man then.
Man to man.
Well, man to genius billionaire playboy.
Yeah, you don't stand a chance, dude. You can't scrap like him straight.
Maybe just one more. Model 58, the nano armor. Snuck it into your body back on the watchtower. Friday, initiate self-destruct.
Wow.
Friday, I could really use a drink.
Oh, come on! You know if they fought naked, Batman would have beat the shit out of him.
While Batman is a character defined by his tenacity, preparedness, and utter genius, so is Tony Stark. So neither could rely on that skill set alone to pull
They
them
blew
through.
up Batman,
And it
yo.
shouldn't come as a surprise. Batman's standard Batsuit couldn't quite hold up to the firepower of even the most basic Iron Man armors. The Batsuit is surprisingly tough, sure, but it isn't taking hits from a dude that can punch apart Manhattan. And despite Bats having a ton of nifty gadgets, Iron Man's armors were way more varied and powerful. With so many unique and often alien abilities, there was no way Bats could predict all of them.
With time, he could certainly figure out a plan of attack, but since Tony is just as much a genius schemer as Batman, he could do the same.
Is he
There are
though?
lots of cases where he would have won, especially with his ace in the hole, the Hellbat.
The Hellbat's raw power and speed absolutely dwarfed the majority of Iron Man's arsenal, and could have killed him immediately were it not for Tony's own trump cards.
Like the Godbuster, which was definitely strong enough to contend with it. The Hellbat could take
I
on
can't believe
Darkseid,
that
but
Iron
weaker
Man got a
version of
God
the Godbuster
suit,
could
like-
hold its own against Celestials.
Darkseid was a being capable of threatening the multiverse with his power and moving many times faster than light, but the Celestials were capable of the same.
With an armor that strong, Tony could buy himself enough time to break out all his other tricks, like sneaking nano armors into Batman's body, phasing through him with ghost tech, draining the Hellbat's power, or just hacking his suit and shutting it off.
And with an army of armors at his beck and call, Tony could certainly hold Batman off long enough to employ those strategies. Hell, since he can control them remotely, he technically didn't even need to be there and put himself in harm's way.
And remember, the Hellbat used Batman's own life force as a battery. He needed to end the fight quick or else his own armor would kill him first. With Tony throwing an army at him, he didn't have a good way of doing that. Tony just had way too much shit to throw at Batman, while Batman didn't have the time or options he needed to keep up.
Batman may have been a god among men, but Iron Man's wealth of gadgets, insanely powerful tech, and greater mechanical experience allowed him to crush the Caped Crusader.
You might think it's an injustice that Batman's gonna need avenging, but Iron Man was in a whole nother league.
The winner is Iron Man.
So that's crazy. Yo, that is crazy. I don't know. That's kind of power for power. It makes sense. But again, I didn't know who Tony Stark was. Like him being that crafty and be like, yeah, I snuck this suit on you when we was in the tower, and Batman not know about it. Like, I find that hard to believe. Like, I don't know. Let me know, when has Iron Man done anything like crafty or stealthy or something like that? Like, I just, yeah, he'll throw some shit into a computer or something real quick, nobody watching. Like, yeah, I got this now, I got that. But like, to pull something off like that against the Batman, I don't know, man. I mean, that was dope. That was entertaining as hell. And I cannot stand Iron Man. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny, I talk about it at work all the time. Like Iron Man is fantastic because of these movies now. The movies are well done, but like before the movies, if anybody, and I feel like even like comic book fans, like if they said like, yo, who's your top 10, you know what I mean, or what's your favorite? Like, I didn't know anybody reading Iron Man comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like in the 90s, like it was all about the X-Men. You had people, Batman, Avengers and stuff. Definitely like Avengers, but like solo Iron Man. And if somebody was reading Avengers, it was Captain America, it was the Incredible Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't feel like anybody was checking for Iron Man like that. Like I said, the movies is dope. They made a ton of money. Everybody loved them. Everybody loved Robert Downey Jr. and all that crap. But like Iron Man, though, is just wasn't checking for Iron Man. He's just a carbon copy of Batman anyway. You know what I mean? If Tony Stark wasn't an alcoholic at the beginning, he would be Batman. He would be Bruce Wayne. Like, that was the only difference, was that he was a drunk. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. What did y'all think, man? Did y'all think that was solid? Did y'all think, you know what I'm saying, with those God armors and hell bat suits, when the hell did Batman get that? I gotta read up. I did not know that they was on that level, but you know what I mean? Was that legit? Do you guys think that Iron Man would definitely be able to pull that off against Batman? I don't know. Let me know, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here. And like we always say, without you, there's no two. All right. Peace.